Hey guys, Blunderluck here. Welcome to another video. So today we're gonna be unboxing the iPad Air 4. I know you guys have already seen a lot of videos about the unboxing, so we're just gonna go through it and see what's inside. So we got the iPad. Actually, I've already done the unboxing already and I've done the setup. So let's just look at what's inside the box. So you have the normal instructions from Apple, the iPad instructions. Well, if you've used the iPad Pro before, then really you don't need this, or if you've watched any video on YouTube, you actually don't need to look at any of this. Then we get the normal Apple stickers. We got two. In the new iPhone 12s, they just give you one, but here you get two. So put that aside. We get the Type-C charger. This is a 20-watt charger, so it's a fast charger for the iPad Air 4, and you get the Type-C. Right now the iPad Air 4 is no longer using the Lightning connector, it's using the Type-C connector. So let's put this to the side and let's look at the iPad Air. So like I said before, I already did the unboxing and I've gone through the setup process already. So as you guys know, the new iPad Air 4 doesn't have the Face ID. It has the Touch ID at the top button. So the top button is a little bit bigger and has a glass filling to the top. So normally when you run through the startup process for the iPad Air, it tells you to scan two fingers, your right one and the left one here. So as you guys can see, the Touch ID is actually really reactive. It's so fast. Once you put your hands, it opens up. So, and you know, during the time that we're living in right now, the time of the coronavirus, using the Touch ID is way better than using the Face ID, because using the Face ID you have to take off your mask all the time, and that's really annoying. So as you can see, the form factor for the iPad Air 4 is the same with the iPad Pro 11 inches, although the iPad Air 4 is 10.9 inches. Although you won't really notice the difference between the both of them. Both of them look really similar. But the iPad Air 4 comes in different colors, unlike the iPad Pros. You get the sky blue like the one I have, you have a green color, you get the rose gold, then the silver and the space gray. So I chose the sky blue color because the sky blue color looks really nice, so I chose to use this one. So just looking at it overall, it's a really impressive device when you look at everything about it, especially like the sound quality. The sound quality is not exactly the same with the iPad Pro, although it has 4 speakers, 2 up and 2 down, but it's not exactly the same as the iPad Pro. So let me just play a little song so you guys can see what I mean. But it's definitely not the same as the iPad Pro. The iPad Pros are way louder and way better than the iPad Air, but the iPad Air is way better than the budget edition iPad. So let's just play a little song and see. So that's the iPad Air on the highest volume. It's really good compared to other iPads, and compared to the iPad Air 3 and the budget edition iPads. It's really good, but cannot be compared to the iPad Pros. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. I got the 64 GB edition, but I would recommend most people go for the 100 and I think 556 GB. I think that's the best for most people, but for me, definitely the 64 is okay, because I do enjoy using external storage on my devices compared to using the inbuilt storage, and I don't really download a lot of applications. I just play quite a few games on the iPad and not a lot. Overall, I'm gonna recommend this for students probably. I think this is gonna be really good for students, especially with the support for the second generation iPad pencil. I think it's going to be really good for college students, and it comes at a really affordable price tag. I think it's about $5.99 for the base model. That's the 64 gig for any of the colors. So I think it's a really good deal for anyone that's looking for a new iPad right now. But obviously, I will not recommend anyone that's using the iPad Pro, either the 2020 or the 2018 model, to come to the iPad Air. I think the iPad Air is a little bit below it, although it's using the A14 chip. It's still a little bit below the iPad Pros when you're talking about things like the refresh rate, or you're talking about the camera. Although with the new 2020 iPads, you don't really use, when you're talking about the camera, you're talking about two cameras and LiDAR sensor, but most people don't really use the LiDAR sensor, so it doesn't really make much sense. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.